Don't underestimate this piece from the ABRSM Initial Grade 2025. It is so beautiful, and yet it's deceptively tricky. But stick around because I'm going to give you a few tips on how to play this in a gorgeous and exquisitely beautiful way. Lift Me Up is an absolutely gorgeous arrangement for piano from the film Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. But seriously, I don't think it should be underestimated. When played beautifully, it is just that. But it takes quite a subtlety. I mean, it's a song, so it's important to let the music breathe, as it says in the performance notes that are written at the bottom of the page. And this means that every single phrase that you have has to have that sense of direction, kind of leading towards something, and then a sense of breathing at the end of the phrase. So we've got the... breathe. One piece of advice I would give you is to practice this breathing as if you were singing it. In fact, it's really good to practice singing along with it, but definitely taking those breaths at the ends of phrases. And so on. The melody is so simple, and yet it's marked piano, but you need it to be quite warm, so be sure that you're using a nice gentle soft wrist so that you're creating that warm resonant tone despite the piano dynamic. In the second line, it's even more. It's like a set of stairs. So you've got piano in the first line, mezzo piano in the second line, and then a much warmer, not forced, a much warmer mezzo forte. So the second line, where it's mezzo piano, you want to give it a little bit more. Personally, I love there where it moves from the G. The first time it stays on the G, but on the second line, shifts up a note. It kind of adds attention to it, so be aware of that as you play. And up. And don't forget, there's a full crotchet rest there with no pedal marking on it. So be sure to really use the silence of that rest, and you've got to do that by breathing in at the same time. Bear in mind that the left-handed pedal is really quite tricky in this. It doesn't want to be too loud, but you've got essentially broken chords. So the chords are... So practice them like that with the pedal, so you're pedaling and connecting. Change. Even that little phrase, it's interesting, the left hand harmony is in a 4-bar phrase, even though the right hand melody has two 2-bar phrases. So give it that overarching sense of a 4-bar phrase. So we start quietly. Touch more tension here and here, and then it releases to that. So it can almost have that little arc of dynamic as it goes through. As it gets to the third line, it's much warmer, it's more open. It's the first time we haven't had pedals, so it needs to be quite clear. Pedal. And I love how the melody passes to the left hand in the last line. But here's a word of caution. You want the left hand melody to be beautifully shaped. Bear in mind, it's longer than 2 bars. It's 2.5 bars. This is really unusual. So you've got to connect it right through to the end. Just have a listen. Carry on. That's where it goes. And then you've got the sort of finishing off at the end. Quite difficult to manage. Make sure it leads right through to that. A, breathe. And if you breathe during that ral bar before the B, A, G, G, then you'll get that real sense of a well-managed rallentando, a well-managed slowing down. And of course the last tip, Be sure that the right hand in the last line is quite quiet. Even though it's mezzo piano, see if you can get that right hand right out of the way. Take your time. I love just delaying that last note. It's almost as if you're saying to the audience, here you are. And you place down the last note like it's some kind of precious pearl. Have you played this gorgeous piece, or is it something you're thinking about learning? Let me know in the comments. It really is absolutely stunning. It's gorgeous, but it's so important to allow the song-like nature to come through. And it's one of the big things we're all trying to do at the piano. We're trying to make the piano sing. I wish you every bit of luck with that. Let me know in the comments if there are any other exam pieces or other repertoire that you would like me to explore with you.